was a good guy. And Ron Guthrie, catfish hunter, great guy. Those Yankee teams of 76, 77, 78 were just real fun, crazy teams. So, we had Sparky Lyle, we had Lou, catfish hunter, and these guys, every day was a service. Like on the bus or the clubhouse, guys just getting on each other. If you had some bad swings or a guy embarrassed you at the plate, you were going to hear about it. Reggie would try to jump in, and immediately he would get knocked down, because he couldn't get involved. Like he tried to get on Mickey Rivers, and you read about Mickey Rivers and some of the statements that he said to Reggie Jackson. Like, Reggie, told Mickey, well, Mickey, when you get done with baseball, you're going to be driving a truck. You don't have any education or anything, And Mickey says, Reggie, you don't even know what race you are. Your first name is white, your middle name is Spanish, and your last name is black. They were talking about IQ, and Mickey told Reggie he didn't know how to spell IQ. Stuff like that. That was in the book. Okay, another one. Well, George, I didn't really have that much contact with George. He did come in the clubhouse a lot more in those 70s when he first became owner, and then later on, he would come through a lot. He would go to the manager's office, you would see him around. And then later on in his career, you didn't see him as much coming out into the clubhouse. So I didn't really have any, deal with him for contract or anything like that. But I don't think he ever really liked me as a player because I was already there when he got there. He didn't trade for me or anything, and I wasn't a big star-like kind of guy. Because one of the things that George, what he was good at was really bringing in big-name players and getting the attendance up and things like that. And I played this small ball game. If you saw me for 1 or 2 games, I might not look that great. You have to see me over a long period of time. So I don't think he ever really, kind of appreciated my kind of play. In fact, he didn't even know some things about it. One time we were at a dinner and George was there, and the guy said that I was number 2 all-time stolen bases for the Yankees or something like that, and he was like, geez, I didn't know that. So he didn't really have any insight. But the thing about George is he did bring winning baseball back to New York because CBS had owned the Yankees prior to him coming in, and they didn't make any deals, they didn't put any money into the club, and then the Yankees had a string of losing seasons, being last place a couple of times, and he revitalized, baseball in New York and what he did, so he got commended for that. And if the real George was still a viable person, this season that they had this year, he would have really had something to say 2 or 3 months ago before it got this far. He would have shook things up. He would have made them make a trade or something to get somebody to get this team to the playoffs in the final year of Yankee Stadium. So I found it amazing that his son Hank made that statement a month ago, like we're going to get him next year after we make a deal or two. I said you can't be a sign reader to make a statement like that, because you never heard anything like that with George around. He fired the manager, fired the coaches. When I coached 2004, 2005, every 5-game losing streak, I was getting fired. And I was the first base coach. I'm not the hitting coach, I'm not the pitching coach. How can I be the guy? But now the coaches the last 2 or 3 years, they never hear any criticism. There's nothing. It's like a free pass. So I wish it was like that when I was there. I didn't have to hear that. It wasn't very fun. Getting the hook out on me? Getting the hook ready for me. I had a tight schedule. We'll get one more question, because I know we can go on all night and do this. Okay, one more question. Let's get one final one. Anybody have one final question here? Right there.
As a personal individual, what's your most rewarding experience that you could tell the youth how you come up through it and give something back to the community? What was your most rewarding experience coming up?
Rewarding experience? I think this is the whole thing, meeting people in baseball, traveling, playing in Japan, traveling throughout the world, really. And now having the opportunity to get back, I have a foundation. And this year, for the first time, I'm going to help 3 students from my high school go to college. We're going to pay some of their expenses. So that was really happy about All right, I want to thank all you guys for listening.